What is going on? Oh, what the fuck? This piece of shit. Hold on. Whew. There we go. What is going on, everyone? Derek here today, bringing you story time number 6. Today's story is one of those that's gonna stick with me for my whole entire life. And many of you guys know that I've been skateboarding for like 15 years now. And I actually met Nyjah Houston about a year and a half ago, right here in Richmond. So story goes, I was at work and my good friend Shane Thompson shot me a text, and it was actually a screenshot of Nyjah Houston's post. Nyjah Houston was actually one of our local spots called Forest 8. Forest 8 is an 8 stair that we've grown up skating, and it's a very famous spot around here in Richmond. And at that point it was about 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you know, we close at 9 o'clock at Jersey Mike, so we're like freaking out. We were like, holy shit, Nyjah Houston and a lot of the Element team are here filming, because this was a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity right now to find Nyjah Houston in Richmond and to hang out with the crew and watch them film. When closing time came, we got out of there quick. As soon as 9 o'clock came, we hit the light, we put everything away, we knocked our shit out, and we left. Me and my coworker were on our way to Forest 8, but Shane and my friend Jake were actually at Forest 8, and they called me. They're like, Derek, they're gone. And I was so disappointed because we were literally 30 minutes apart to where they posted that photo and where they could be right now. So we had no idea where they were. So when Shane ended up calling me, breaking the news that they weren't at Forest 8, I was trying to think of where exactly they probably could have gone. Now me and Shane were sitting there thinking of where they possibly could have gone to go film or wherever. Maybe they left for the day, who knows. Me, Shane, and Jake were putting 2 and 2 together and trying to figure out if they stopped at any other famous spots here in Richmond. Now the only spot that came to mind was the Tuckahoe Library 9. And at that point we were at Forest 8 already, and for the hell of it, we said, let's go check it out. At that point, it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it was getting really dark, so our chances of finding Nyjah Houston and his crew were really slim. So that was the plan. Jake and Shane were at Forest, and they were looking around Forest to see if they were anywhere in sight, but they weren't. As I pulled into the parking lot of the Tuckahoe Library 9, I knew I hit the jackpot. And the reason why I knew they were there is because when I pulled up, there were lights everywhere. There were cameras everywhere, and there was a big van that they were traveling in with a bunch of gear pouring out of it because they were like fucking changing clothes and setting up boards and shit. And I haven't been so excited about something after stepping out of the van, and the first person I saw and spoke to me was Nyjah Houston himself. And he was just like, what's up, man? I was like, nothing much. What are you guys up to? He's like, we're filming for King of the Road. And at the time, I had no idea they were filming for King of the Road. And King of the Road is a very, very big contest. And what King of the Road is, it's like a skateboarding treasure hunt. And now they get teams of like 5 or 6, or I'm not sure how many it is. And they travel the country and they have to do certain challenges. And when they do these challenges, they get points. And the team with the most points at the end obviously wins the contest. So with this being King of the Road, this was a really low-key contest, because if they announced at every spot they were, you would have tons of kids coming with cameras trying to take photos, and can't have that when they're filming King of the Road, because like I said, it has to be very, very low-key of what tricks they landed and how many points they have, because they don't want other teams knowing what they got. I went up and sat on the other stairs, watched them warm up, because they literally just got there and they started setting up all their shit. All the camera crew and all that were setting up all their cameras, and it was so cool to watch because it was like completely behind the scenes of the making of King of the Road. Now when Shane and Jake pulled up, I could kind of tell that they were getting worried that all these kids were starting to pull up. So about 30 minutes goes on and they're done warming up, and their warm-up tricks honestly are like our tricks going down shit. And if I remember correctly, Nyjah Houston was warming up for his challenge, and his challenge was to kickflip off the set and land onto another board. Now you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? Like kickflip, lose his board, and land on another board with his feet? No. Kickflip, catch his board that he's skating on currently, and land on another board with his board. And that's just mind-blowing, because this isn't a park set, this is an actual street set. So as you can see here, this is the clip I'm talking about. This is at Tuckahoe 9, and just take a look at this, and this is what I'm talking about. So from that clip right there, you can see he actually landed that thing perfect. He was sticking almost every single one of them, but he was actually blowing his shins out on the other board, because when he would land, it would flip the other board and it would drive the side of the board right into his shins, and he was getting broke off of this, honestly. Regardless, it was one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed in person. And his buddies Julian and Dominic, they were absolutely killing it. They were all going for their own tricks, I'm assuming for video parts. There's a lot of clips while Nyjah was in Richmond and Evan Smith that they've used for their video parts, so I know they did a lot of street skating. After he landed that and rolled away, the celebration was unreal. Like, all his homies were hype, and the only person that wasn't really that stoked was him, and it kind of threw threw me off because he's the one that did the trick, and I would have thought he would have been super stoked. But you got to think, this is Nyjah Huston we're talking about, and he was a prodigy at the age of like 12 or 13. I think he went pro. So, and he's been living this whole famous skateboarding life his whole entire life, and I guess from being pro at such a young age, that forms your ego, you know. So I can see he was excited about it, but he was nowhere near hype or mind blown that he landed it. And after that was all said and done, we went up to their van and they gave us stickers and shit. We were talking with the filmers, and Dominic and Evan were like super talkative. They were really cool, and I don't know if I just caught him on a bad day, but like he pretty much was cold shouldering us, but you know, he dapped us up and we went on our way. And I just remember, like, for a week straight after that, it really changed my life, because it was just one of those things to where we've been skateboarding and we love to skateboard, and I've been doing it my whole life, but here's a kid from California that is doing this for a living and making millions of dollars, and he drives a Lamborghini Aventador and Audi R8 and lives in a mansion, you know, and this is the real deal. And we got to meet him, and I don't know, it's just one of those feelings to where you're not meeting like a celebrity at a concert, you're meeting him doing what he does for a living, you know. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. It was more of a one-on-one experience than a concert where you have hundreds of thousands or thousands, I don't fucking know how many people are in. It was really cool, and like I said, it was a real eye-opener, because you can do what you want to do in life, and you could support yourself, support your family. And Nyjah Huston is a great example, along with many other pro skaters that are doing it for a living. So like I said, that's one of the stories that's really changed my life and my whole perspective on how hard people work to where they want to get. Please do me a favor, if you like this story, please drop a like on this video. It means a lot to me. And been knocking out these videos 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The support you guys have been giving me is just awesome, and I'm super excited. But until then, I'll see you guys later.